Welcome to the model room. You know, in the last video, I mentioned how I want to put linkage on these dual carbs for the Roadster. And in looking them over and trying to pick out the tiny detail that's molded in, I realized that I have accumulated quite a number of vision aids over the years, and I need them. So I thought, well, let me do a really quick video just to kind of point out what I have, what I use, what I don't use. Of course, there is the usual magnifying glass, and you can see this is a little plastic lens, but it really does, it's hard to show on camera, but it really does magnify this very well. And as a result, I keep this on the bench. I go to it quite a lot. I also have this other one, and it's got a bigger area, but I don't think it magnifies quite as much. And I just don't turn to it as often. If I need it for a bigger part, I'll do that. It does have lights on it. I put a lot of light on my bench, so frankly, I don't use this. For things like this, you know, the problem is that you're holding one thing in your hand and trying to do something on the part makes it a little difficult. I saw Doug White in the Patreon channel of Model Car Muse use a jeweler's loupe to look at his model. And I mean, these things are useful for seeing where the part goes, where you've put it. If you want to pick something out on your part, sometimes it is useful to have something that, you know, holds the part for you or frees your hands. And that would be something like this. These are helping hands. I had this at one time. Frankly, I never used the magnifier. I kept the clips. You also can get binocular jeweler's loupes. Doctors and dentists tend to use these. You can get them online. They're not expensive. I guess they're useful. I don't have one. I have some other things that I think, work to a greater or lesser degree. Let me zoom out a little bit. Here is the ubiquitous OptiVisor. I think everybody has seen this and probably had it at one time or another. And it does what it says it does, which is to magnify things. It's got two lenses here. They're, really attached. And then this one lens to drop down to give you extra magnification. The thing about this is that, there's a really narrow focal plane. And you don't get a lot of depth of field. So if you get closer or farther away, then things get blurry. And if you're using, something like this is a glue applicator, and you want to touch your model, you don't quite know how close you're getting to the model. You have to go very slowly to make sure that you get it on the right point, because it's almost like you're looking in two dimensions. So there's that. But I also have this. I've gotten it recently. I think this is called Vision Aid. And I think it's a little better than OptiVisor, only in the sense that it's not closed in on the sides. With OptiVisor, you get kind of that tunnel vision. This lets a little more light in. It's adjustable in and out, up and down. You can wear it with glasses. I wear glasses. And I think that it's probably useful for getting real close and looking at your model. It suffers from that same focal plane issue. But one of the things that I like about it is that it comes with 5 lenses, all different diopters. So depending on how much magnification you want, you can change those out. All right, here's another thing that I'm going to cut away for, and I'll show you that is attached to my bench. This magnifier I have clamped to my desk, and frankly, I don't use it that much. I really don't see that the magnification is all that great. There's this little bubble over here that does magnify the object a little more. Overall, this thing, doesn't really give you much benefit. I guess if you had a big part, if you were looking at scratches or you're polishing out a model or something and you want to see the whole thing, this would be useful. Frankly, I use this more because it has the LED lights, and I keep it on the desk basically for that purpose. This is an interesting device. It's a coin collector's microscope, but as you can see here, if you can see that screen, it's got an electronic screen. It gets in really close, and it sets up pretty easy. It focuses pretty easy. Again, it kind of suffers from that idea of, if you're reaching in with a tool or a paintbrush or something, it's a little hard to tell how far away you are from the part and when you're going to touch the part. So You have to go real slow and use care with that. But as you can see, it gets really close. It's useful to a degree, and I have used it. I don't use it that much because I don't keep it on the bench. It's kind of big. And as a result, I don't bother getting it out. I use other things. Having said all of that, this is the thing that does it for me. These are just reading glasses. I'm not sure because the numbers have kind of worn off over the years. This is probably a +2 or a +2.5 diopter set of reading glasses. Some people will call them cheaters. I put these on right over my glasses, my eyeglasses, and quite frankly, I put these on every time I come to the workbench. They still give me pretty good depth of field, let light come in all around, and basically I forget that I've had them on. I've gotten a little beat up over the years, but they're very sturdy. And, this is it. This is my baby. I don't think I would be able to work at the workbench without this or something like it. So this is the very inexpensive. I got these in a pharmacy for a few bucks. And you could even afford to get like 2.5 or 3.0, a series of them if you wanted to, because they're inexpensive. But this is what works for me, and it's what I use the most. Okay, thanks for tuning in. See you next time.